and on Turtle Rock you get the cool little eyeball on a stick, or watcher sentry ward. So that always helps too for creepjacks and things like that. So Space is looking for a fight right now, but the nice thing about the strategy is if you don't find a fight, you can make your own fun with creeps. So it doesn't take. You can just walk around the map and creep whenever you run into creeps, and fight him whenever you run into him. So that's another strength with this strategy. You can't really do that with Gargs. It's either you're wandering around the map for a while looking for him, just like Space did at the beginning of this game, and that's kind of why I prefer the strategy. So in this fight, he brings his ghouls back immediately so they don't get focused by the Dryads, and then he sends them back in kind of around the back to kill all the archers, putting like about 2 or 3 ghouls on each archer. The Fiends are all focusing Dryads, which is really key, because the Dryads are the main bulk of his army. Once you kill about half the Dryads, you can start nuking the heroes. The Panda goes down really quickly to level 2 Coil, level 1 Nova, level 1 Frost Forked Lightning. Since he's just finishing off all the units of winners, and he's going to force the Beastmaster to TP too, because he has the Frost Arrow. That's okay. Or not TP. I guess he's going to run away. But when you're using the strategy, basically both armies will kill each other, and then you'll have your heroes against his heroes, and your heroes will beat his heroes. So that's a really important thing. Okay, after you fight at tier 3, you're going to want to look for expansions, because the elf will 99% of the time have expanded. In this case, it's more than once. You'll notice that Winners did nothing to save that expansion. He didn't try it, because you know how elves like to shoot twice with their tries and then make you run and slow down the process. He didn't even attempt to do that. So Space realizes something's up, right? So he knows he has to go check for another expansion. Also on this map, you always want to check the spawn points that nobody spawned at, because elves love to expand there. I mean, they're not too hard to creep out with Dryads and heroes, and nobody scouts them as often as the middle ones, where everyone's always fighting. So whenever you want to fight with an elf, I would recommend just checking those 2 spots, because that's where their expansions are going to be. And you also want to note the elf's reaction when you attack the expansion, because as in this case, the elf is now trying to defend an expansion. So Space realizes that the expansion is something important to the elf, whereas the first expansion was not something important to the elf. So that's also something to note. You also want to respect wisps, because they are pretty powerful. You saw how all those wisps detonated all over the Death Knight's face. It was pretty brutal. So yeah, just nuke them when you get the chance. Just don't let them blow up all over your shit. Yeah. So yeah, he's just nuking them right now. So. Also something you want to be careful with your destroyers. You want to kind of keep them behind your fiends, so that they don't get focused by Dryads, because they die very easily to Dryads. That's one of the things that Dryads can kill really fast. So yeah, A-bombs are okay. One of the things that Space does really bad in this game that I don't like is that he doesn't devour this Drunken Haze. It just sits on his units and makes them miss and stuff. And really, he'd rather devour the one Quill Beast and take a third of its health. That really sucks. You guys should definitely do that. Getting A-bombs is really key, because they basically mill around in the middle of the battle, and they prevent his heroes from running back, they prevent the Dryads from running forward. And if you have Disease Cloud, that's one of my personal favorites, it really messes with the Dryads and the Moonwells and stuff. And they're really hard to kill with just Dryads, and especially when you have Fiends focusing Dryads, and the Dryads are supposed to be killing the Fiends. So yeah, basically when you kill about half his army, that's when you want to be focusing his heroes. Not only because the Dryad effect of slowing everything down is gone, but also because he's expecting you to be nuking his heroes at the beginning of the battle. So like, if you nuke them like right in the middle, like just randomly, like it'll totally catch him off guard, and like he might forget his potion or something like that. It's just like it's a lot more surprising, and like it's a lot more effective than actually nuking him right off the bat. And oh, a nice deny by the Lich, just like ritual of the abomination. Whenever you're going abominations, it's always nice to do that because they give a lot of experience, and they have a lot of health, so you get a lot of mana from just a low HP A-bomb. And the A-bombs are hard to kill with Dryads, and it's a good game, really. So, listen, I just want to ruffle my notes in front of the mic a little bit. Yeah, so I have notes. So basically, I wanna stress, okay, like in a game that would go longer than that one, or against an elf that wouldn't expand as much, and so have a larger army and would be less, like, I guess, easy to beat. Like Winners is by no means easy to beat, but like in a game that like would be maybe closer than that one, you want to kind of tailor your army to the elf's army. I mean, there's not that many things he can go, so you don't really need to do anything fancy or complicated. Basically, if he's going lots of Dryads, you want to get more Fiends. You want to err on the side of more Fiends. If he's getting more Bears, you want to get more Destros. Basically, you don't really need more than 5 Fiends or 3 Destros, except for if he's going like 80 food of Dryads or 80 food of Bears. Destros are really strong against Bears because Bears basically have like 900 health. They're like grunts with like a ton of damage, but like Destros can devour the roar and the rejuvenation, so they're definitely a good choice. They're probably the strongest counter to Bears in the game. And then basically you want to fill the rest of your food up with A-bombs, because as long as you have your Fiends countering his Dryads and your Destros countering his Bears, he's going to be trying to kill the units that are countering his units. And so if you just have like 6 A-bombs like milling around, like spreading disease, doing damage, and like not getting slowed by the Dryads because they're not being focused, that really helps. And after he's if let's say he does kill all your Fiends and your A-bombs, you're still gonna have those your Fiends and your Destros. You're still gonna have those A-bombs left over at the end, and they really help provide a meat shield against Bears and stuff. So yeah, times you want to fight are when you get level 2 on your Death Knight. So you want to pick up the dust and the rod, and you want to go pick a fight with him. Hopefully you can make this fight last long enough to pick up a Naga and score a couple more kills. Then you can go creep a little bit and get to tier 3. Meanwhile, you're tagging as fast as you can. When you get to tier 3, you get Ghoul Frenzy, Destroyer upgrade, and the Orb on the Lich, and then you go push him. You get a scroll or 2. You push him. As your ghouls die out, you replace them with Fiends or Destroyers, depending on what he has, and you start playing in a map dominating way, in which you basically walk around the map, creeping whenever you see, fighting him whenever you see him, and canceling expos and looking to cancel expos. Right. So you should be scouting actively with skeletons, and because you don't have Gargs, so you don't have that ability to just like jump over all the trees and kill all the expos. So yeah, that's pretty much my audio commentary. Hope I can do another one soon. I probably want to do another one against Elf on maybe one of my own games. I've been going a little bit different strategy as well in addition to this one, and I don't know, I want to see what you guys think of it, because it works pretty well for me, but that's till next time. So shoutouts, I guess. I want to shout out to like Orange for pestering me to do this one, so I finally got around to doing it. I want to shout out to Destroyer, because he made staff and he did some awesome audio commentaries in the member audio commentary section, and I guess there's some really good, and on the topic of the member audio commentary section, there's some really good undead ones there. Among there's Destroyers, but I really enjoyed listening to Diablo God and Blink's ones as well. So anyone who craves more undead goodness, there definitely is some undead goodness in the member audio commentary section. So this is Madchild. Until next time, I will see you guys.